Welcome back to The Rich Life. My name is Aaron, and before we get started, don't forget to click like and subscribe for your daily dose of your favorite celebrity content. Now let's get to it. Today we're going to be talking about Robert Aramayo. Robert Aramayo was born on November 7th, 1992 and is an English actor. Aramayo's acting career began at the age of 7 when he played the role of Bugsy Malone in a primary school production. When he was 10, he joined the Hull-Chuck Youth Theatre, performing in 3 plays a year. His older sister Laura also began an acting career at the Hull-Chuck Youth Theatre and studied drama at the Arden School of Theatre in Manchester. He attended Hull's White College and in 2011 won a place at the prestigious Juilliard School in New York City. His performance in a Juilliard production of Anthony Burgess in A Clockwork Orange as Alex, the lead character, earned him his first role in the Italian-American production Lost in Florence. From 2016 to 2017, he played the role of young Eddard Stark in the 6th season of HBO's Game of Thrones, and Harley Davidson co-founder William S. Harley in the Discovery Channel miniseries Harley and the Davidsons, which premiered September 5th, 2016 on Discovery. Also that year, he appeared in Tom Ford, the Nocturnal Animal. It was announced that Aramayo had been casted on Netflix's psychological thriller miniseries Behind Her Eyes alongside with Simona Brown in August 2019. Now, Behind Her Eyes follows the story of Louise, a single mother whose world is thrown off from her normal life when she begins an affair with her new boss and gets into an unlikely friendship with his wife, Adele. Robert's character's name is also Rob. He's Adele's old friend from when they first met while they were both in a psychiatric ward. And Adele uses his advice to help Louis fight her night terrors. But then after that, in January of 2020, it was declared that Aramayo had been chosen to play the main role of Beldor in the Amazon series Lord of the Rings. Robert Aramayo has yet to receive any awards and nominations, but it's not going to take long for people to recognize his talent as he's very skilled and has a whole bunch of new opportunities coming in front of him. However, the TV series Game of Thrones, in which he played a role, has won 269 awards and has been nominated for different awards 738 times. It was also nominated in Grammy Awards twice in the category of Best Score Soundtrack for Visual Media. So, if you're on a show that's winning a bunch of awards, you're not too far after that. Now, Robert Aramayo has a net worth estimation of around $2 million as of 2022. His main source of income is from his acting career. However, his salary and assets are still under review as of now. His acting career helps him earn a decent amount of money. Even though he's kind of famous and not a big superstar or involved in any scandals and stuff like that, he's still well known for his roles. He tries to remain as present as he can as an actor and as a person to the public. So as his fame is rising, his haters might spread false accusations about him, but he doesn't seem to mind. He's not really on social media much. However, he does have an Instagram account named @aramayo.official, and it only has 2,000 followers. He's not really active anywhere else. Even though HBO's House of Dragon continues to gather steam, Amazon Prime's video The Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power has managed to get an ample amount of spotlight. The series opened to positive reactions from critics and is set to give the Game of Thrones prequel a run for its money. Adding to this is new information about the series that has fans of the franchise excited. The latest is one of the stars, Robert Aramayo, who plays Elrond, which is played by Hugo Weaving in the previous installments of the fantasy series. His character is described as, "The face of Elrond was ageless, neither old nor young, though it was written with the memory of many things both glad and sorrowful. His hair was dark as the shadows of twilight, and upon it was a set circlet of silver. His eyes were grey and clear as evening, and in them was light like the light of the stars. Vulnerable he seemed, the king crowned with many winters, and yet hale as a tried warrior in the fullness of his strength. He was the Lord of Rivendell and mighty among the elves and men." But for all its monumental scale, Rings of Power is still a story about characters. Elves to ale-swinging men, to thatch-bearding dwarves, to a new race of eco-friendly proto-hobbits called Harfoots. The cast that showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay have assembled is remarkable. A lineup that is short on bankable names unless you count Larry Henry, huge on talent and promise, from indie movie mavens to theatrical darlings to dashing former child actors, one alumni of that other fantasy franchise Game of Thrones. Created and developed by J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, The Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power features an extensive ensemble cast that includes Myfrith Clark, Cynthia Addie Robinson, Robert Aramayo, Markella Kavanagh, Owen Arthur, Maxim Baldi, Benjamin Walker, and a few others. In an exclusive interview with Screen Rant, Aramayo shared his thoughts on the show and the actors whose characters are vital. If there's one thing that we know about The Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power, it's that this 8-part miniseries is big. Filmed in New Zealand and on a rumored budget of $1 billion for its season 1 and 2, the show sports massive battle sequences, hordes of marauding monsters, and special effects that will make Peter Jackson's film of J.R.R. Tolkien's trilogy look like a DIY fringe theater. Talking about the dynamic Elrond shares with Galgio, Aramayo says, "The wonderful Chris Charles, I loved working with them, and they're such different relationships, these two, you know? There's a reference for Galgio. She's a hero, she's a legend, she's living history. I think that she's really important. I feel like that he has a tremendous amount of respect for her in a very particular way, and there's a lot of heart in the relationship, where she's very close to him and she guides him in the past. The first book I ever read was The Hobbit. Then when the movies came out, I was so excited I would go play Lord of the Rings in the playground." Elrond, Lord of the Elf Kingdom, was one of the characters who always really intrigued me. Who is he? Where does he come from? And then all of a sudden, I'm on a plane to New Zealand. But then again, this is a very different version of the character from the one played by Hugo Weaving in the films. Elrond, not a lord yet, says Aramayo. He's young, or at least an immortal. Every elf around him is older. He's inexperienced, but he's curious. Aramayo was cast as Elrond when the actor Will Poulter was forced to drop out, and it was a big step up for the performer whose CV includes a smattering of supporting roles, notably as young Ned Stark in Game of Thrones. Not that Aramayo lacks expertise, he won a scholarship to study at arguably one of the world's best, most prestigious acting academy schools, Juilliard. "I had no idea the magnitude of what was happening," he says. "I didn't know I'd end up staying in New York. That'd become my home. I just thought it'd be cool. Getting Lord of the Rings was similar. They were both just incredible things that happened." When he was younger, his dad wanted him to play for Barcelona. "I'm pretty sure my dad still wishes I played for Barcelona, but my parents are very supportive and I'm proud to be from Hull. This is where I discovered I wanted to do this for a living." So how does a young actor prepare for the very real prospect of becoming the most famous person from their hometown? I think The Beautiful South and Tom Courtenay might have something to say about that. Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power hits Prime Video on September 2nd. Now this is my quick question. Is there really a feud going on between Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings? Like, why would people even compare those two? Have you seen the movies? I mean, I haven't seen the movies, so I don't freaking know. Do you think this new series is gonna be better than the original Lord of the Rings, or do you think it's gonna flop? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Aaron, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you soon.